PCOS and insulin resistance share a strong overlap, and the medical world is finally truly admitting it. And that admission just changed the name of the entire condition. For so many years, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, pointed doctors at the wrong organ. Last month, they renamed it, and the new name has the word metabolic in it. So if you've looked into Retatrutide for this and some part of you thought that it feels like cheating or that you're scared that you'll be on it forever, I want you to hold on to that thought, because taking it the way that the internet tells you is exactly how it backfires on an insulin-resistant body. You see, there's a reason that it works for some women and quietly makes things worse for others. And it comes down to the one thing that you have to fix first. The new name finally admits what that one thing is. I'm Dr. Jones, DC, and I lead the coaching team at our nationwide telemedicine clinic, where I've coached thousands of patients through exactly this sort of metabolic problem. And I want to be straight up with you about why I take it so personal. I'm not just somebody who read about insulin resistance in a textbook. I actually lived it. I did everything that I was told, eating less, training harder, watching my body fight me the entire way. Sound familiar? See, what finally broke that cycle just wasn't another diet. It was fixing the metabolic foundation first. And only then did the tools start working the way that they were supposed to. That order is the whole reason I can sit here and tell you what actually works for your body. Not to mention, I've helped a lot of people do the same thing. So I did it in the exact sequence myself. So let's start with what that new name really means. Okay, so what changed? After decades of pointing at the ovaries, a global panel of the top researchers in this field came together and agreed on something that most women with this condition unfortunately figured out the hard way years ago. They renamed it. PCOS is now being called Polyendocrine Metabolic Ovarian Syndrome, or PMOS. Read that middle word again, metabolic. They put it right in the name. Now, I want to be honest with you about what that means in real life. This is a formal rename with a transition period built in, so your chart might still say PCOS for a while. Your insurance codes haven't caught up probably, and full adoption is probably still a few years out. But the science behind the decision is already settled. And the people who study this for a living are telling you in writing that this was never really about your ovaries. Here's why that matters so much. Picture a house with a fire burning in the walls, right? Chronic inflammation and insulin that stopped working the way it should. That's the fire. And conventional care for years has handed you birth control. Birth control is rearranging the furniture while the walls are still burning. It can make the room look calmer. It does nothing about the fire. That's why so many of you have done everything right and have watched the scale refuse to move. You weren't failing. You were treating the smoke. So what is the fire actually? At the center of it, it's insulin. And when insulin runs high for long enough, your body gets less and less responsive to it. And that drives the chain reaction. And those extra androgens, the wrecked cycles, the weight that won't come off no matter how little you eat. Insulin isn't the only player in this. Inflammation feeds it. Your hormones feed back into it. It's a loop. But insulin is the one piece in that loop that you can actually grab onto and change. It's the lever. You pull it, and the rest of the system will start to follow. And that completely changes what a real fix looks like. So before I show you the sequence, and the order matters here more than you would think, I want you to know that there are people who do exactly this for a living. So if you're sitting there realizing nobody has ever actually looked at the real drivers in your body, that everybody just kept handing you a prescription and sending you home, that's exactly the gap that our team was built to address. So Dr. Allen is our functional medicine expert, and my coaching team takes the investigative approach conventional care doesn't have time for. We go looking for what's actually broken instead of just quieting the symptoms. And if you want to talk to a real person about that, the link and the number are on your screen. Either way, I want you to keep watching, because the next part is where this all becomes a plan.
Quick minute, I want to tell you guys about the Flow Academy membership. Essentially, this is my private community on Mighty Networks. You'll have access to a community coach, live coaching calls that I do, which are unsolicited. I don't have to market like my free lives. I'm just there to help you guys out as much as possible, and a ton of free resources as well to guide you through the various protocols that I talk about in these videos. So all you got to do if you're interested in joining that is just become a member to this YouTube page. And then there's a link that you can access after you become a member that'll allow you to join the community. Now back to the video.
So if this is metabolic, then here's the question that should make you a little angry. Why has nobody ever tested it that way in you? Let me tell you what happens in a normal PCOS workup, right? Your doctor checks testosterone because those are the symptoms that you're worried about and concerned about, maybe LH and FSH. They look at your ovaries on an ultrasound, count some cysts, and call it a day. But here's the thing, those results often come back looking technically fine. So you get told everything's normal while you're standing there knowing something's off. Like, this isn't normal. You know what almost never gets ordered? Fasting insulin. Now, that one test actually shows the driver, not your blood sugar, not your A1C. Glucose is the number that goes wrong last. Same thing with A1C. Years after the real problem started, but fasting insulin is the early warning, and it's the one that almost nobody runs. That's not your doctor being careless, it's the system that they work in. A 15-minute visit isn't built to go hunting for root cause issues. It's built to name the symptom and hand you something for it. That's the gray zone. It's the space where your problem is real, but it falls between the cracks of what conventional care is set up to catch. And when we actually go looking, this almost never traces back to one thing. There are 5 systems that we work through, because in PMOS, they tend to fail together. See, the first is inflammation. That's the fire that we talked about, quietly driving insulin resistance higher. The second is your gut, where a disrupted microbiome feeds back into inflammation and blood sugar. And the third is dietary triggers. Not just how much you eat, but the specific foods spiking insulin in a body that's already lost the ability to handle them. Then there are 2 more, your micronutrient status, because specific deficiencies make insulin resistance worse, and then your nervous system, because chronic stress keeps the whole fire stoked. Now, most workups check none of these, but we check all 5. Sit with that for a second, because for years, you may have been told this was about willpower, or your weight, or just bad luck with your hormones, when the actual drivers were sitting right there in systems that nobody thought to look at. That's not a you problem. And if you've been told everything looks normal while your body screamed otherwise, let me know in the comments if that happened to you. And once you have the right workups, there's a sequence that fixes this. But skipping the first step is what can actually prevent you from seeing any real progress. So here's what you do. Step 1 is the foundation. Before any advanced tools, you bring insulin levels back down and you calm that fire. That means reducing your carbohydrate consumption to start. For a lot of women that I coach, that lands somewhere under 50 grams of net carbs in those first few months, while the body's most resistant. But that number isn't a law. It's a starting point that we dial in with you. It means therapeutic fasting done in a structured way, which is the single most powerful thing that I know of for restoring insulin sensitivity. And it means actively working on inflammation. Now, this is the boring part, right? It's also the part that does the most work. You do this, and your body changes from a system that's fighting you into a system that's finally ready. Now, that last part is the whole game. So let me make sure it landed. If you had to say in one sentence why you'd build the foundation before reaching for any medication, would you have that answer? I want you to hold on to that thought. Now, real quick, if this is the first time PCOS has actually made sense, that's what this whole channel does. Takes the stuff that you've been told is just your lot in life and shows you the mechanism underneath. Be sure to hit that subscription button so that the next one finds you. Okay, now, and only now do we talk about the tools that everybody came here for, the big bad Retatrutide. Because here's how I want you to think about it. In a body like this, we're not using it as a weight loss drug. You probably do need to lose some weight, right? Because that happens, and so you'll definitely lose some weight. But we're really using it as a metabolic and anti-inflammatory accelerator. It is a triple agonist, and one of the pathways that it hits, the glucagon pathway, does something genuinely useful. It turns up your body's own heat production. It pushes stored fat to be mobilized and burned. And for the right person, it takes a body you've already prepped and accelerates it across the line. But I need to be straight with you about something, because this is exactly what the protocol video skipped. That same glucagon pathway leans on your liver to release glucose. For most people on the Reta, the other 2 pathways carry the day and blood sugar trends in the right direction. But here's what I've actually watched happen in our clinic in someone who's deeply insulin resistant. Before they've done the foundation work, that glucagon push can actually stress the body and nudge blood sugar the wrong way in the exact body that can least afford it. So when I see that, it tells me the order got reversed. We didn't prep the system. The same mechanism that makes Retatrutide so powerful for a prepared body is the one that an unprepared body is least equipped to handle. And that's the entire reason that the sequence matters. Earn it second, and it does what you hoped it'll do. Now, alongside the metabolic tools, there's a small set of targeted peptides that we'll layer in sometimes for the inflammation and the gut piece. First, there's low-dose naltrexone, technically not a peptide, a medication, but it calms the immune signaling. BPC and KPV to help repair gut lining, and Larazotide to tighten up the leaky gut barrier. Now, each one is doing a specific job in that 5-system map. They're support players, not the main event. Now, one thing that's non-negotiable, if there's any chance that you're pregnant or you're trying to conceive, and a lot of women with this condition are, this is a conversation that you have with a prescriber before you start anything. These medications aren't recommended in pregnancy, and they're typically stopped well ahead of trying to conceive, with the timing built around you. That's exactly the kind of call prescriber will make with you, not something that you should sort out yourself through watching videos or Reddit threads. And that's really the whole philosophy. Root cause functional medicine to find what's actually broken, advanced metabolic tools used in the right order to fix it, and real medical oversight the entire way, so nobody's guessing. That's the three-part system, and it's not something that you piece together from the internet. So let's bring this all the way home. You came here asking how to fix your insulin resistance, and now you know the real answer isn't a single injection. It's a sequence. Fix the foundation, then earn the accelerator. Run on a body that someone actually investigated first. Now, here's how that starts with us. The first step is a free discovery call. You'll get a chance to talk to one of our patient educators, a real person, not a salesperson, about what you've been dealing with, the dismissals, the normal looking labs, the years of being handed birth control pills while nothing changed. Their whole job on that call is to listen and figure out whether you're a right fit for the next step. Then they're going to walk through all of it. Dr. Allen isn't on that first call. That's the educator's job. But here's where this is heading. If you want to move forward, what the next step would include is a comprehensive blood panel. The fasting insulin, the inflammatory markers, a complete, robust panel, 20 to 30 markers minimum, so we get a full picture of what might be going on with you. Then you get a call with Dr. Allen, who's our functional medicine expert. She personally reviews the labs with you. For the first time, somebody is going to put the whole map in front of you and show you exactly where the fire is burning. That right there is worth more than years of everything looks normal. That's the step that I want for you. And from that review, if it makes sense, Dr. Allen's going to walk you through what her long-term plan would look like. 12-month program, usually minimum, the lab sequence, the metabolic tools, the whole structure. But that's a decision that she helps you make after you've seen your blood work and you've seen the real picture, and she lets you know what she's going to do. Nobody's asking you to commit to a year today. Today is just a free call and then the blood draw, and then you go from there. But let me clear about what this is and what this isn't. We're not here to replace your doctor. We're here to add the pieces that were never set up for you to look for. The metabolic drivers, the 5 systems, the right sequence. Your doctor keeps doing what they do, but we add what's missing. So if you're tired of treating the smoke and you want someone to finally go after the fire, the link is in the description, or you can just text the number on the screen. Either way, talk to a real person. That's the whole first step. And if a deep functional medicine workup isn't what you're here for, if you just want straightforward coaching for permanent weight loss or prescribed peptides with 503A pharmacy oversight from a real medical team behind them, we do all that too. Same number on your screen. Just let us know that you're interested in that. One more thing before you go. Remember how I said the foundation does most of the work? I made an entire video breaking down the exact mistakes that quietly stall fat loss on GLP-1 medications, including the insulin resistance trap that hits PCOS patients the hardest. Now, if this video kind of connects the dots for you, because that's what I imagine what you're thinking, there it is right there. Check it out. We'll see you guys later.